Morning, everybody. Daniel Sherman here. It's Saturday, February 28th. Tomorrow will be March, so we're getting into spring. Um, those who know me know I'm not a very political person. I'm just not. Um, you know, I'm, I think like most people, I'm in the middle of almost everything. I just kind of am. I'm conservative on some issues and liberal on other issues, and I think that's kind of really what the country is. But I did want to address something in the State of the Union address by Trump. I'm not a big State of the Union guy. I loved watching Obama. I loved watching Clinton. Biden was horrible. Bush was horrible, and Trump really isn't any better. So there's, Clinton and Obama. They were just great, great speech writers, and they were great speakers. So they were, interesting and entertaining to watch. And you kind of felt moved, but the other presidents have not been very good. And Reagan was pretty good too. I was little when that happened, but I do want to address something, and I think there's kind of a fundamental misunderstanding as far as what elected officials are supposed to do. So Trump had made the comment in his speech that the first duty of government is to protect American citizens, and then he followed it up with not illegal aliens. So I do kind of want to address, I guess, both of those, because it's really two statements. So the question is the government's first duty to protect American citizens. I think most people are going to say yes. That answer is no. The government's first duty is to follow the Constitution. That is what was written. That is what they swear to. That is their oath. And you're going to say, well, why would that be ahead of protecting people? Well, most of the time, the Constitution is really there to protect people. And if you're going to use the phrase protecting people, you could protect a lot of people if you just throw out the warrant requirement. Why should we go, have probable cause? Why should we have a judge sign a warrant? We think this guy's a criminal. Let's just go in their house and take their stuff. They've got drugs. They've got illegal guns. Let's just go in their house. That's protecting people. You could protect more people by doing that. I'm a Second Amendment guy. You want to protect people? Get rid of the guns. Get rid of all of them. Less people are going to die. Just only have the government have guns. That's not really what, the Constitution wanted, did it? So if you think just protecting the people is ahead of following the U.S. Constitution, you are sorely mistaken, because there are many ways to protect the people. Look at North Korea. You won't see many citizen-on-citizen crimes. That is a very safe place. The only thing you have to worry about there is the government. So if you want to protect the people, just take away all their rights. That's the whole point, of having freedoms is like, you have these freedoms, but sometimes they're just bad choices that are made, and they're bad actors at it. But that's kind of the price, that's the price of freedom. If you wanted to lock everything down like China or Russia, you can have a very safe country. You really could. Police everybody, surveil everybody, wiretap everybody, drones everywhere. You do anything, you're immediately arrested. Like the movie Minority Report, the solve crime, pre-crime, you do all that, but you're just trampling on the Constitution. So to say that the first duty of an elected official is to protect the American people or American citizens is just absurd, because you are forgetting that the Constitution gives all these rights to these people. And the Constitution isn't necessarily about protecting people. It's about protecting people from the government. And when you say protecting American people or American citizens, you're talking, hey, get rid of crime, get rid of all this stuff. And that's just, I'm sorry, that doesn't always jive with the Constitution. And if you don't like the Constitution, we can always amend it. We've amended it, 27 times. So, we can do that. So I want to address that because, when you hear it, you're like, well, common sense, that should be the first thing. No, because they don't always go together. And I just kind of wanted to explain why that I thought that statement was not true. And then the second is protecting, American citizens above illegal immigrants. Well, I mean, you could shoot down and kill every illegal immigrant, and that would, I guess, protect, Americans from some of the bad ones, wouldn't it? I mean, should we do that? We can throw them all in concentration camps. Should we do that? They don't have any rights. Forget their rights. But I will say, the Constitution doesn't say American citizens shall be granted this right. The Constitution says the people. And the people is legal and illegal immigrants. And if you're illegal, it doesn't mean a police officer can come up and just snag you off the street. Police officer can just enter your home. You can be wiretapped, surveilled, none of that. I mean, the Constitution even protects illegal immigrants. It protects everybody. It's the people. The people is everybody. And I think we forget that sometimes. And, look, I get, should there be a preference to certain things over American citizens? Yeah. I mean, access to health care. Yeah, you need to pick American citizens over, illegal immigrants. Access to other benefits. Yeah, you should pick American citizens. Like, those are pretty common sense. But to say we should just completely disregard the Constitution because we don't like illegal immigrants, or just disregard the Constitution because we want to protect America, that's bullshit. And anybody who thinks otherwise is really I would say un-American, because if you're willing to give away all your rights, all your freedoms, and guys, that includes the First, Second, Fourth, Fifth Amendments, that's fine. You're not, let's just put everybody charged with a crime, let's just put them all to death. That's prevented by the Eighth Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. I mean, let's just do that. Let's not have due process of law for anybody. You're going to make the country safer if you do that. Look, I represent criminals. If you got rid of every single one of them, anybody that commits a crime, you're going to have such a safe nation because everybody's going to be so afraid to do anything illegal because they're going to be put to death. Like, you could do that, but just think about it. Think about what you elect the official to do. Yeah, you elect them to protect you and help you and all that other stuff, but their number one duty is to follow the Constitution. And if you want them to do something that violates the Constitution, they can't do it, and they shouldn't be able to do it. And I just kind of want everybody to remember that is what your country was founded upon, is following the Constitution. And if you don't follow that, we're not America anymore. We might as well be, just some other country. So that's what has always made us, I think, special, is we have these ideas and we follow them, even though it may not be, in everybody's best interest. We follow that because that is what, we have decided is more important than other things. So just food for thought. Just kind of wanted to put that out there, that sometimes we forget, what our government should do. And the number one thing it should do is, at the very least, follow the basic principles, that is the Constitution. And if they can't do that, they shouldn't be in the government. I'm sorry. That's what you take an oath to. You swear to follow the Constitution. You don't swear to help your constituents. You don't swear to end wars. You don't swear to end hunger. You swear to follow the Constitution. And that's what really government needs to focus on, just following that one simple rule. And then everything else really will fall into place. All right. Hope you all have a good weekend. It's just me ranting a little bit. Have any questions or comments, just leave down below. You know how to get a hold of me. Take care, guys.